debate between the two top teams, which are Mr. Trissello and Mrs. Muhammad's group. Mr. Trissello's group is over here, Mrs. Muhammad's group is over there. And today's debate is about the use of language, foul language, bad language, bad. Should you be able to use bad language in school? Okay, Mr. Trissello's group is in favor of using bad language, and Mrs. Muhammad's group is against that. So we will flip to see who is going to go first. If you would call it in the air. Tails. Very good, huh? Let's say tails. You have your choice of going first or having them go first. They will go first. You will kick off. They will receive. Okay, so if you could just tell us your names in case we have to address each other. Anthony, Dominic, Mike, Martina, Patrick, Sharif, Kyle, Justin. You want to speak up? You want to, direct your attention to the people in the seats. And the people in the seats, remember, you are going to be voting eventually on how they have convinced you, how their arguments are, not what you already think about this topic. That's the whole point of debates. Okay, so opening statements.
I think that we should be able to curse in school or in class, because if the teacher yells at you, it's just one of your feelings. You're just expressing your feelings if the teacher yells at you, you're just expressing your feelings.
In the Constitution, there's freedom of speech, and it says nothing that bans or outlaws use of foul language.
There's other bad words that, like bag and stuff, that are worse than curse words, so we should be allowed to use the other ones in school. We shouldn't use curse words.
Try to cheer up.
Anyway, I think that we should be allowed to use foul language because we hear it every day. It's in our music and our parents speak it, so how come we can't?
Okay, that's their opening statements. This team.
Well,
Face the audience.
Certain people like to curse. They think it stops something, but all it does is make a situation worse and help hurt people's feelings. Especially like if a teacher's joking around and says something to a student, that can really upset the student and think that the teacher doesn't like it. But there's no point to cursing. It's just a whole bunch of words that makes people feel good.
Cursing shows no respect for yourself or the person you curse at. It also shows no sign of maturity.
Cursing is a bad example for people with younger people.
People what?
Younger people.
Younger. Okay, there are their opening statements. Since you guys opened up for us, you get a chance to question them first. Anthony.
Justice said that if you use that example for little kids, there's not little kids wearing this all in the same grade. There's not little kids in the 8th grade, there's not 7th grade, 8th grade. They're all the same age.
Do you want to respond to that?
So you do got brothers and sisters.
It's all about cursing in school.
And also, it shows a bad example in general. It shows a bad example for little kids in general.
It shows a bad example for teachers if they curse at a student.
That's right, because teachers are role models. They shouldn't be cursing.
Yeah, but if they do, we have a right to.
It shows no respect. So why are you going to curse? If you curse, right, that shows you have no respect for
There are role models. They should respect us too.
They won't curse. They don't curse.
That's what we're arguing. Nobody should be allowed to.
But they do. You can't stop that they do.
Well,
No one can curse. It's your feelings.
It's a
Well,
habit.
in
Also,
New
like
Jersey,
smoking,
there
you
is
can
a
stop
law.
that habit. You can also stop the habit of cursing.
You hear this every day on TV. You hear it every day.
That's TV.
If I called you,
Like you said, this is in school, not TV.
you hear stuff at your home on TV that you
This
bring
is in
into
school, remember? School.
But if you hear it on TV and you bring it into school, same thing.
Dude, you have no respect for yourself.
You always respect yourself, but you don't have to respect
If you
yourself.
curse, you don't have respect for yourself.
You don't curse?
Huh?
Do you curse?
No. If I curse and they slip out, but I'm like, alright, that's I slipped out. But I mean, I have respect for myself.
Everybody has respect for yourself in some way. You can't stop talking or cursing.
Why can't you? If you
Because
can
there's no
stop
way.
doing other things, why can't you stop cursing?
just like you said, smoking. You're addicted to it. Just
Yeah,
like
you
you're
can
addicted
stop
to
though. I know a lot of people who can stop smoking.
Yeah,
And I
but
know a
it
lot of
takes
people who can
time.
stop
It takes a
smoking.
lot of time.
So it may take a lot of time, but you're making progress, aren't you?
You're making progress. That's all we're talking about.
It may take time, but you can stop cursing.
Okay, do we have any other questions from this team directed at this team? Anybody?
Wait, hold on.
Well, come on, Martina.
What's that kid in the first? Him, you. Yeah.
Pat.
What did you say? You said something stupid.
Martina,
no, it's not
what you're responding to is what he said. You're not making a
yeah,
judgment statement.
that's what
of
I'm
he
saying.
said. He could say that you're laughing is stupid.
It probably is, but, you said that, well, one, I'm referring to, yeah. It's like, it has bonded into our everyday language, so why should we give it up, you know?
Because, I mean, many people may be against their religion. You may,
Well, if
like
it's against their religion, why
that
do you say
offends
it
them.
anyway?
It may offend them. Like if you curse at somebody, they may not like it. Like I know a lot of people that, like if they curse, like they feel wrong, like that's messed up. They curse at you. There's other words. There's other words you can use instead of cursing.
When we express our feelings, and it's our freedom to say what we want to say.
Yeah, and it also is a freedom of respect.
I do respect myself.
Then don't curse.
Why do I have to give up my language for
You
y'all?
don't have to, but I don't know if you curse at me. If you wouldn't want somebody to curse to you, why shouldn't you treat someone else the same way you wanted to be treated? If you want, alright, the way you treat somebody is the same way you want them to treat you. So if you want them to curse at you, and if they don't want you to curse at them, then you shouldn't.
Is faggot a curse?
No, it isn't.
That
but
hurts
it's-
you.
but-
That hurts you more.
Yeah, but it's
Call
also foul
somebody-
language. You shouldn't be using it.
A faggot?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Faggot's not a word.
Huh?
Faggot's not a curse word.
Then why are you using it? If it's not a word, then why are you using it?
It's a word, but it's not a curse word.
You just said it wasn't a word.
It's not a curse word. It's not
Well,
a curse word.
so you shouldn't be using it. It shows no resistance. Like, if you call a person out here a faggot, I mean, come on, they're going to get all mad at you because you called them a faggot.
Yeah, but that'll hurt when you call somebody a
It hurts their feelings, so you shouldn't hurt nobody's feelings because you wouldn't want your feelings hurt.
It wouldn't hurt if I said a real curse word. If I
Why
said
not?
like,
Why
I
not?
called
If it
you
can hurt
like,
other people, why can't it hurt someone else?
if I called you like a shithead, that wouldn't hurt. If I called you a faggot,
I mean, out loud, it won't hurt, but like inside, it would. Because, I mean, come on, you shouldn't be cursing at anybody. And plus, you're too young to curse.
anybody can curse. You can be
Also,
2
you
years
have
old.
freedom
You
of
can
respect, don't you?
around saying,
You have a freedom of respect.
us?
You have a freedom of respect, don't you?
You don't have to respect nobody. I don't have to.
Then they won't respect you. So then you don't have to worry about it. All right? That's it.
Do we have any more questions from this team of that team? Okay, would you like to question any of their concepts?
I don't know. They've all been talking about the freedom of speech, but in New Jersey, a law was just passed that if you curse in public, you can get a $60 to $100.
You in a wrong time zone.
So it can be passed in this state.
So when it passes, we want the ban.
Excuse me?
When there's a law saying that we curse, we get like $4 on it. We'll curse. We'll still curse, but
My point is that you were all talking about freedom of speech, but in some places you can't have that
we're
freedom.
not talking about that. We're talking here and now. We can.
Is there any other questions that you have for that team? Okay, with the time being the way it is, tomorrow we will pick it up with the audience, being able to question any of them about your feelings or opinions in the matter, and you should think about it overnight, what you think about that, and then pose those questions to the team. It's a pretty hot debate at this point, and I'm sure you all have feelings about it because it's something that at one time or another many of you either experience by being part of it or hear it. So think about it. We'll see you tomorrow. Debate about whether a student should have the right to curse in school, use foul language. Remember that this team over here is in favor of that. This team over there is against it. They are pro, they are con. And they've given you their opening arguments, and they've asked some questions of each other. Got a little heated and crazy yesterday. And now it's the audience's chance. to direct questions to
Could
either
they
of the
repeat
groups.
that statement?
So if you would like to direct a question, David, I know you had something to say, so go to it.
Alright, Kyle. I don't understand what you say by if you curse, then you disrespect yourself.
You have no respect for yourself. That means you have no respect for yourself. You curse, like you be like, oh well, I can't use other language besides cursing. You're not smart. That's what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is, if you like, hurt yourself and you curse, then you're not respecting yourself.
No, I'm saying no. That's not what I'm saying. That's you slipped it out. That slipped. Like bad, like, you know, you curse, it slipped. But I'm saying if you just go cursing around and cursing, that means you have no respect for yourself. You can't use any other word besides a curse.
But what if you're like in an argument and you're really mad at somebody?
That you slip.
Not if
Unless you're actually doing it on purpose.
Well, what if you are doing it on purpose,
Then that means you have no respect for yourself.
but you're actually in a heated argument with somebody else? So if you're both cursing at each other, that means neither of you respect yourself?
You shouldn't. If you should be smarter than that and not curse instead of cursing. If you're gonna curse right along with the person, that means you're as stupid as the other person you're arguing with.
Yeah, but in an argument, two people tend to get really angry, so therefore they curse a lot.
But you can control it, can't you?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay, do we have another question from the audience to either of the teams?
I'm thinking.
Another question? Big audience, nobody
Yeah.
else has any questions? Yes.
If teachers can curse, why can't the students?
Teachers shouldn't curse.
But they do it anyway, why can't the students curse?
But if they got caught by a principal or their peer, they would be in trouble probably.
You guys can respond. Did you want to say something over there?
Yeah, principal does curse. Curse that man.
How'd you feel when that happened?
He just, well, like, he was mad, so we cursed him.
You felt bad, right? Because you cursed.
No, I didn't feel bad. It's just,
I mean, you
as
felt.
everybody says, it doesn't make a difference to me.
Well, if someone else like if you really like cursed at you, then you know.
Other questions from the audience? Anybody else? Going once? Twice?
I have a statement to make.
Well, you have to wait till the final statements then. If anybody has any other questions from the audience? Okay, we are up to the final statements at this point. Since this group began its statements, you people will begin on your final statements, so here's your chance.
Okay, the definition of curse is a prayer or wish for harm to come to someone or something. And then the definition of upbringing is the process of teaching and rearing a child. If you have to curse that much, maybe, I'm not trying to insult people, but maybe your upbringing wasn't as good as it could have been at home. So if you want to curse, do it in your own home, but don't bring it into a school or a public place where everybody else has to live with it.
Okay.
But there's still no like point to cursing. All you're doing is hurting people's feelings. When you curse, you have no respect for yourself. The person you curse.
You're giving a bad example for someone else who haven't cursed before, and then when you curse, they'll curse too.
Okay. This thing.
I think that we should be able to curse because if adults are allowed to curse and it's not against the law in Beacon, kids should be able to curse in public and talk about principals. Principals can curse at you because the principal does curse at kids that do something wrong. So I think that students should be able to express their feelings.
Students should be able to curse in school because in the Constitution it's granted freedom of speech and it says nothing against cursing.
There are other words that are worse than cursing, like fat, ugly, and stuff like that. So if you can use those words, why can't you?
Jane?
Let's see. I think students should be allowed to curse because we hear it every day. It's in our music and everything else. And ain't nobody gonna tell me how to talk and how I should talk and all that stuff like that, especially y'all over there.
You could be a guest on the Ricky Lake Show.
I know.
Okay. So there you have the opening final statements and questions.